Did you draw a bus?
Why? Did someone drown? 光あれ。かつては空の上に水があると思われていた。水は上下に分かたれて空が作られた。空は天と名付けられた。乾いた陸地と海、地の上には実と種のなる植物が作られた。太陽と月、そして星々が天に呼吸する海の生き物と鳥が作られた。そして6日目には彼らの形に似せた地上の獣が作られた。そして彼は言った。我々のイメージに従って男性と女性を作ろう。彼はそれを作った。天と地を作り上げた後、7日目に彼は休んだ。
I prefer mine hot with a little sugar. It's quite refreshing.
Oh, yeah. It's a bit like a cold shower in winter.
眠りネズミ居心地悪そう。でも寝てるなら構わないでしょうけど。
Really gets your hackles up.
Yeah.
That's right.
So anyway, lapsang souchong or Earl Grey?
Earl Grey's a bit lemony for me, a bit of a tart, really.
Hot or cold?
Oh, stone cold. Definitely stone cold.
I like mine hot with a little sugar. It's quite refreshing.
No room.
There's plenty of room.
Have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
That's because there isn't any.
Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
Well, it wasn't very civil of you to sit down uninvited, now was it?
I didn't know it was your table. It's laid for a great many more than 3.
Your hair wants cutting.
You should learn not to make personal remarks. It's very rude.
Why was heaven separated from the earth? day of the month is it?
The 4th?
2 days out. I told you butter would not suit the works.
But it was the best butter.
Yes, but some crumbs must have got in as well. I told you you should not have used the bread knife.
It was the best butter, you know.
What a funny watch. It tells the day of the month and doesn't tell what o'clock it is.
Why should it? Does your watch tell you what year it is?
Of course not. But that because it stays the same year for such a long time together.
Which is just the case with mine.
帽子屋の言うことには意味がなさそうだけど、でもそれは確かに英語だった。
I don't quite understand you.
Dormouse is asleep again.
Of course. Just what I was going to remark myself.
I think you might do something better with the time than waste it.
If you knew time like I do, you would not talk about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, of course you don't. I dare say you never even spoke to time.
Perhaps not. But I know I have to beat time when I learn music.
Ah, that accounts for it. He won't stand the beating.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
If only you'd kept on the right side of him, he'd do almost anything you liked with a clock. And around it goes in a twinkling. 1:30. Time for dinner.
I only wish it was.
Is that the way you manage?
We quarrelled last March. Just before he went mad, you know. It was at the great concert given by the Queen of Hearts. I had to sing. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. I presume you know it, perhaps?
I've heard something like it.
It goes on, up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, 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 twinkle. Well, I've hardly finished the first verse when the Queen jumps up and bawls, "He's murdering time! Off with his head!
Time. Off with his head!
He's murdering time!
He's
Off with
murdering
his head!
time. Off with his head!
He's murdering time!
Time.
Off with his
Off
head!"
with his head!
How dreadfully savage!
Well, ever since then, he won't do a thing I ask. It's always 6 o'clock.
Is that the reason so many tea things are put out here?
Suppose to change the subject. I've had quite enough of this. I vote the young lady tells us a story.
I'm afraid I don't know one.
And the dormouse shall.
Dormouse!
Wake up!
Dormouse.
Wake up! Wake up!
I wasn't asleep. I heard every word you fellows were saying.
Tell us a story.
Yes, please do.
And be quick about it, or you'll be asleep again before it's done.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters, and their names were Elsie, and Lacey, and Tilly, and they lived at the bottom of a well.
What is the ribbon?
Treacle. It was a treacle well.
There's no such thing.
If you can't be civil, you'd better finish the story for yourself. And so these 3 little sisters, they were learning to draw, you know.
What did they draw?
Treacle.
I want a clean cup. Let's all move on one place.
But I don't understand. Where did they draw the trickle from?
You can draw water out of a water well, so I should think you could draw treacle out of a treacle well, eh? Stupid.
But they were in the well.
Of course they were. Well
in.
They were learning to draw, and they drew all manner of things. Everything that begins with an M.
Why with an M?
Why not?
Dormouse! Dormouse!
That begins with an M. Such as mousetraps, and the moon, and memory, and muchness. You know you say things are much of muchness. Did you ever see such a thing as a drawing of a muchness?
Really? Now you ask me. I don't think.
Then you shouldn't talk.
何があろうともう二度とそこに行くものか。私の人生で一番くだらないティーパーティ